All right, y'all, this is Kelly Commentates, and this is another episode of Unfiltered Ice Chat number 3. This is the Grand Prix de France preview, and this is called Skate to the Point. So I'm just going to be kind of free form talking and just kind of stream of consciousness going over what we've seen so far in the Grand Prix series and also previewing Grand Prix de France. So I hope you enjoy. So, Skate Canada is officially over. We did get to see, you know, what's going on. We did get to see a bunch of skaters. I really enjoyed the competition. I think it was actually a little bit more exciting than previous years. Some things were obvious. Ilya Malinin got first place, of course, with a total score of 301.82. We saw Stellato and Deschamps, you know, struggle a little bit, not really getting a great score, but still coming out on top. We saw some new pairs as well in, placing with Ganesh and Shigirev from Uzbekistan and Golubeva and Giotopoulos Moore from Australia. So I do think it was kind of cool to see some new faces podium. And of course, the skate of the evening, I'm still kind of reeling from it, was Rino Matsuke from Japan. She went from 10th place in the short program with a score of 52.31 to having literally the skate of the night, beating everyone else, getting first with her free program with a score of 139.85. And I just think it was so interesting. I think that Reno really just showed herself and what she can do, when push comes to shove. And I just think she should be so proud of what she's doing. She should be so proud of her results. She skates to Lux Eterna by Christopher Tin in the free program. And it was just beautiful to see, again, getting such a great score. All of her elements had either a positive or neutral grade of execution. The only element that had a neutral or zero grade of execution was her triple Lutz, triple toe, double toe combination. And the reason for that was getting an unclear edge call on the Lutz. She had a later combination of triple Lutz, double toe later in the program and also got an unclear edge on that. So obviously, that's going to be one area she's going to want to kind of focus on. But she got level 4 step sequence. Her spins were level 4. Yeah, she just really, really did what she needed to do here to get out that win and almost win the competition. She got second. Obviously, if she had done better in the short program, she would have, came out on top here and actually won the whole competition. And you guys, her short program was a mess. All the jumping passes had issues. They were either downgraded or under rotated. Her flip had a questionable edge. It was just bad. So to see someone make such a big jump, what I come away with is it just proves to me never count a skater out. Like, why would you do that? There's just been so many times, and, where a skater just flops or fails. Most recently we had Luna Hendricks. People are chattering, and I made a video about that, about how people will say stuff like, oh, it's the end, the beginning of the end, or why don't they retire? Or, do they even want to skate anymore? People said that about Kevin Amos right before Skate America, when he also won the free program. He had a better short program, though, so it wasn't quite as shocking. But Reno really just proved herself as one of these skaters that we really want to watch. She is so exciting, and it was just really fun to see. Um, in ice dance, for me, I love ice dance, but I would say, like, for me, that was kind of like the least exciting part of this weekend. I think, it was great to see Gillis and Poirier back. I loved seeing their new programs. They had a really good score of 128.40 in the free dance and a great overall score of 214.84. But I just found their free program, especially, just like, I don't want to say stale. It wasn't stale. It just felt kind of, I think it pales in comparison to what they've done in the past. So I don't know. I am curious how this whole changing costume for every rhythm dance, or, filtering through different costumes and in the rhythm dance. I don't know if you heard, but they did say that they're going to have multiple costumes for the rhythm dance this year. And I don't know, I think it's an interesting idea. I personally kind of enjoy looking forward to a specific costume. So if they're going to constantly shift them, it does keep us interested and entertained, but I do hope that they fit into the program because they actually practiced with a different costume at Skate Canada than what they had performed with. And I mean, we've seen two costumes. To me, I would rather have that element of surprise if they're really going to do that and not, showcase the other costumes until the actual event. But just something small to kind of think about. There's a lot of chatter with La Joie and Lagha from Canada. They got second place here. I do think they're interesting. Like, I definitely like them, but I don't know. Personally am not like as big of a fan as other people are. They skate to Soul Bossa Nova. It's a Quincy Jones song. They also do Shining Star by Earth, Wind, and Fire and Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire in the rhythm dance. It's an interesting program. I mean, their costumes to me, I'm like, I don't know. Personally, I'd prefer something a little different, but not bad. And then in the free dance, they do the Sound of Silence, which, it is a, I guess, frequently used type of music. But again, the chatter's there for them for a reason. They're doing really well. So that should be something for them to really consider and kind of, just build upon. It felt really bad for Brady and Somerville from the US. They did not have a good showing here. Their side by side Twizzles, he fell. I think he fell twice. They just had some elements here that really kept them out of getting a medal, or maybe a medal wasn't ever really in the cards, but just placing higher. They got ninth place, so definitely like not the showing that they wanted to have here. But one of my personal favorite teams, Zingas and Kolesnik from the US, they did pretty good here. Their side by side Twizzles, it looks like Zingas got a level 2 and he got a level 3. And then on another element, she got a level 1 and he got a level 2. So you definitely want to see them increase those scores and, just kind of work on improvement there. And then the last thing that I'll kind of comment on before we talk about Grand Prix de France is just the fact that Sota Yamamoto, the defending champion here, wasn't able to even get on the podium. He did get fourth place, but um, I just feel bad. It's like you definitely wish to at least podium, but I was happy to see Shun Sato and Junhua Cha on the podium. I think they're very well deserving, so that was awesome. The one other thing I want to say is, I mean, like, we only had one skater in the women break 200 here, and that's the current, like, three-time world champion, Kiari Sakamoto. I guess, like, what was most striking to me, because in the past, we may have had three Russian women sweep the podium, and Japan would have been, 4, 5, and 6. But this competition, they swept the podium, the Japanese women. And I guess, like, one thing I will say is I did kind of I'm not saying I miss the Russian women skaters. Do I think it's fair that the whole country as a whole is banned? I don't know. I don't know that that was really necessary. Maybe they should have focused on the specific skaters who were doping or, alleged doping. I'm not saying it actually happened, but maybe they should have focused on them specifically instead of banning the whole country. Now, I do realize the country's banned for invading Ukraine, that whole thing. That's a mess, and I'm just so sad about what's happening there. But I guess just what I'm trying to say is that the absence of the Russian women was felt a lot at Grand Prix Skate Canada, because I just think in the past they would have added that level of competition. And I mean, only one skater breaking 200 is pretty shocking. Like, we had literally four skaters in the 190s, and we had two, the US women, in the 180s, and everyone else was under 162. So just kind of interesting. I don't know. Food for thought. I am wondering when the Russian women will be allowed to skate again. Will they be able to go to the next Olympics? I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and switch form. Let's talk about Grand Prix de France. It's going to be the third event of the Grand Prix series. So exciting, you guys. It's going to be at the Angers Ice Park in Angers coming up this weekend from November 1 to 3. And we're going to have all four disciplines there again. Let's go ahead and review the men. We are going to see Jin Boyang from China, one of my personal favorite skaters. He's had such an up and down career, but truly, truly, very interesting skater. It looks like this year he's going to be skating to More Than a Feeling by Boston and Tim Schultz in the free skate, and then a song called Fought and Lost by Sam Ryder in the short program. So it'll be really cool to see him here. He's going to be also doing Cup of China later in the Grand Prix series, so that'll be really cool to see him there. From Estonia, we're going to have Alexander Selevko. And then from France, our host country, we're going to have three skaters. Luc Economides, who just performed at Skate Canada, will be here, and so he'll be going back to his home country. We'll see Francois Pitot, and then Adam Shauhim Fa, one of my personal favorites. I really, really love his programs. This year, he's going to be doing a French song in the short program, and then the free skating will be kind of it looks like we're getting another Dune program, y'all. At least some Dune songs. It looks like it's different cuts of music, and we're going to see the choreography of Benoit Richaud in both programs. So I'm super excited to see him. From Italy, we'll see Nicolaj Memola. And then from Japan, we're going to go back to seeing Koshiro Shimada, who was just recently at Skate America. And we're going to have a chance to see Kazuki Tomono from Japan. From Kazakhstan, one of my personal favorite skaters. He recently won the Dennis Ten Memorial. And he's from Kazakhstan, just like Dennis Ten, is going to be Mikhail Shaidarov. He's one of my favorite skaters. I really, really love his performances. I think he really brings the tech element, and he's just a really great skater. I'm very excited to see what he's going to do this year. It looks like he's going to do Kung Fu Panda in his exhibition, so I am hoping we'll get to see that as part of Grand Prix de France. From Switzerland, we're going to be seeing Lucas Britschke, and then from the United States, we'll be having Camden Pulkkinen and Andrew Torgashev. So it'll be fun to see, what they're up to and how well they can do here. In the women's event, we are going to have Nina Pinzarone, who was just at the recent Skate America, where she placed fourth, I believe. Let me double check that. I think she placed fourth. Let's see here. Yeah, she was fourth at Skate America. I actually think she could have won Skate America. For some reason, she got a lot of calls on her jumps. When, to me personally, to my untrained eye, I didn't really see under rotations, that many at least, but they caught her on quite a few. She has the controversial free skate to Handmaiden's Tale, which is not actually Handmaiden's Tale. I saw this article, and one of my subscribers commented that it's actually the story about a girl who, I don't know, there's like a lost ship that sinks and she's looking for her family or something. But my thing is like, come on, you are wearing a red dress just like they wore on Handmaiden's Tale, skating to the music. So I don't know. To me, I'm like, this is Handmaiden's Tale. But I am hoping that she does really well here. I really love her skating. And especially with the absence of her compatriot, Luna Hendricks, who did announce a few weeks ago that she would not be going to Grand Prix de France and is instead focusing on becoming the skater that we know she is. So my thinking is just like, give her time. Luna Hendricks will come back better, and I'm excited to see her in the future. From France, the host country, will have three skaters. We'll get to see Lorraine Shield again, who was also at the recent Skate America. We will see Leah Serna, who is also at Skate America, and Clemence Mayendu, who I don't know that skater, so I will be interested to see. And I apologize, Lorraine Shield was not at Skate America. I am thinking of Budapest Trophy, where she took home third place, so that was really good for her. I do like Lorraine Shield. She has a really good step sequence. I think it's in her short program that I really like. From Georgia, we'll be seeing Anastasia Gubanova. She's a very prolific skater. She was the 2023 European champion. So she definitely has some really interesting programs, great skater, and she's a full grown woman. She's 21 years old. So I always like to see that. I love her short program this year. It's To Money, Money, Money by ABBA. I'm like, yes, give me the camp. And then her free skate is To Balder and Freya, so by Powerhouse. So that is really cool. Also in the women, yay, we're gonna have our Skate America champion Wakaba Higuchi. I'm hoping she can podium and or win. Why not? Here as well, and that will mean we'll get to see her in the Grand Prix final. We're gonna get to see Maya Mahara. She's one of my favorite Japanese skaters. She's 25 years old, but I am so glad that she's still doing it. She's still skating. This year, she'll be doing Grief by Tony Ann in the short program, and then Red Violin in the free skate. Ooh, I really like when she does dramatic programs, which is a lot of time. She's really good at just bringing the fire, bringing the drama. She's a very passionate skater, so I love that. We're also going to see Rion Sumiyoshi from Japan. And she's also an adult. She's 21 years old, which is great. She's a four-time ISU Grand Prix medalist. So definitely going to be one to watch here as well. And then from Korea, we're going to finally have Kim Chaeyeon. She recently won a competition. Let me refresh my memory because I forget so fast. It was the Shanghai Trophy, and she did so good there. Got a really high score. I believe it was like 213 or 214. So she is definitely one to watch this year. Going to be very exciting. From Switzerland, we have Livia Kaiser. And then from the United States, we have Amber Glenn having a wonderful competition at Lombardia Trophy this summer, winning that competition. It'll be super fun to see what she does here. And Sarah Everhart, our winner of the Cranberry Cup, where she did beat Kyori Sakamoto, world champion. It'll be very fun to see how she places here because, to my knowledge, this is her first Grand Prix assignment. So, would love to see her do a great job here. I know she's coached by Ilya Molinin's parents, and honestly, it's kind of apparent in her jumps because they are so big, so strong. I'm very excited to see what she does here. Let's go ahead and talk about the pairs. From Canada, we'll have Perriera and Michaud. From France, we have Faula and Bell, and Kovalev and Kovalev. From Germany, we'll have Haza and Volodin. Ooh, they're going to be some strong competition. I absolutely love their free program this year. I love his and her costumes. It's going to be really fun to see them. From Italy, we'll have Conti and Machi, and Gilardi and Ambrosini. And then from the US, oh, I loved seeing Efimova and Mitrofanov. Alisa Efimova is such a great skater. She's actually from Finland. And to my knowledge, so I was watching something recently, and they might not be able to go to the Olympics, even if they do, like, even if they're good enough to go, because I heard that she's not an American citizen, and I don't think there's enough time for her to get it before the Milano Cortina Olympics. So that would be a shame if that's true. And then a recent medalist from Skate Canada, we're going to see them again this weekend, is Ganesh and Shagirev from Uzbekistan. So that'll be super exciting. All right, let's go to ice dance. We're going to be seeing L'Oreal and Legac from Canada. We're going to have Mrazkova and Mrazek from Czech Republic, and then three teams from France coming back from Skate Canada, where they just got a bronze medal. Lopareva and Brissaud, one of my personal favorites. If you haven't seen their really fun short program or rhythm dance, it is to Rasputin and Night Flight to Venus. It is so fun. I really love it. And both of their programs were choreographed by Guillaume Cizeron, which, obviously he's such a prolific French skater. So it makes sense why I love their programs. We're also going to see Dupayage and Nabai and Lagage and Kafa from France. So three French teams here from the host country. From Italy, we'll be able to see Guinard and Fabri. There's been some chatter if, they're going to be able to live up to their reputation. They are two-time world medalists. They were the European champions. I mean, they're just really, really prolific. But I have heard some chatter that, maybe their programs are not as loved this year. So we're going to have to see how they do here. From Lithuania, we'll have Reed and Ambrulevicius. From the US, three teams. We're going to have Brady and Somerville, who are also just at Skate Canada, not placing very well there, so would be looking for some redemption. We'll be able to see Leah Nesset and Artem Markolov, and then married pair, to my knowledge, or at least engaged, Eva Pate and Logan Bai. So that'll be super fun. I really like them. Let's see what programs they're doing this year, if we know yet. So they're going to be doing, we know that the rhythm dance is Anything Goes, and it's de lovely with choreography by Igor Shipbald and Pascual Camerlengo. We don't know their free dance yet, so that'll actually be fun to see what they end up doing. And I was just looking at the completely wrong thing. Okay, their short program is Le Freak and Car Wash and Shake Your Groove Thing. And Igor Shipal did do the choreography. And then their free program is Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 in C sharp minor. That's cool. And then Igor and Pascual and Renee Petkovsky did the choreography. So that'll be really fun to see. We had quite a few withdrawals here. Like I said, Luna Hendricks withdrew, which actually allowed Sarah Everhart to be the replacement. Maya Mazzara from France withdrew, which is why Clemence Mayendu is the replacement. Peng Cheng and Wang Li, they withdrew, and that's how Efimova and Mitrofanov got in. And Faula and Bell were the host picks for pairs from France. So that's pretty cool. How do you guys feel about this event? I remember when it used to be called Trophée Eric Bombard, I believe. He was like, it's a company, I believe, that was one of the main sponsors. I kind of missed that name. It was just fun to say. But I think it's been Grand Prix de France for quite a while now, for quite a few years. So definitely really fun. I'd love to see how it goes in Angers. I know in the past there's been some controversy about the condition of the ice not being, let's say, super good. So we'll see how that goes. It looks like last year Adam Schauhenfa beat Ilya Malinin, who got second place. So that'll be a nice showdown. They'll both be here again. Or I'm sorry, Ilya performed twice already. He will not show down with him. My brain is all over the place. I totally forgot Ilya did 2 events back to back, which is crazy, but kind of a cool idea. But yeah, so there has been some controversy in the past about like the condition of the ice, just about, the actual, where the skaters are staying and things like that. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think it'll be a good competition? How do you usually like Grand Prix de France? I personally am very exciting. I mean, this is my favorite time of year, you guys, when all these competitions are going on. I just love seeing the different skaters, the different programs, the costumes. I hope that comes across. What do you think? What are you excited about? Thank you so much for listening. Over and out. This is Kelly Commentates.